When it came to obtaining a new radiator for the 3200 GT, I checked out Maranello. First of all, I phoned them up, and although it says available to order, price on application, when I phoned them up they said it was not available. Scuderia are showing it on their website currently at £707.96 each, excluding VAT, so that's quite a bit more. And then Eurospares were showing it at £700. They're now showing it at £458.21 plus VAT, so that's an extra 20% on top of that. But when I rang them up they said it wasn't available. Maybe it's become available subsequently. They did have reconditioned ones at about £1,200. So if you're looking for a radiator for a 3200 GT, it'd probably be a good idea to do your own research first. But I went for a reconditioned unit, and I used a local company, and I haven't got their website up. So I went for a reconditioning, I went the reconditioning route, and I chose a company after trying to phone a few. I quite liked this guy when I spoke to him, and he has some good reviews on Trustpilot or Google or whatever. So anyway, I phoned him up and I took the radiator around there, and he gave me a price which he has asked me not to quote online now, because he did the work and it was quite a bit, and it was he said he wouldn't be able to do it for that price another time because they're quite complicated. They are two radiators inside a shell, and it's joined together with 3 pipes. Here are some of the pictures that he sent me of my actual radiator when he was taking it to pieces, and he was showing me here. There's the small gap between the pipe, the outlet pipes that go between one radiator and another, and the body of the radiator, showing that you have to have a fairly thin wall tube to join the two rads together. There's another picture showing the 3 pipes on one of the radiator halves, and there are the various bodies of the radiator, the tanks of the radiator prior to adding a new core. These are the 2 halves of the radiator which have been restored, and that's the fully assembled radiator at the end of the job. There's a couple more pictures. There's another picture of the rad fully assembled, and these are pictures that I've downloaded from the web to show what sort of arrangement you have on these rads. As you see there's the 2 halves of the radiator with the 3 pipes joining between the 2 with stainless steel clips. Now, in my instance, the clips were okay, they were stainless steel and they're in good condition, and I supplied some new pipe for the radiators. I bought some silicone tubing from Merlin Motorsport, and it was thin wall tubing, well, thin wall silicone tubing reinforced, because some of it was a little bit too thick to get it into the gap between the body of the radiator and the pipes that come out. Here is my fully refurbished radiator in my workshop with some protection to stop things going in. I keep this covered up, I've just uncovered it for the sake of this video. It's staying here until such time as I'm ready to refit it. I've got some other work that I want to do on the Maserati, and I want to put this in pretty much last of all. Yeah, I'm kind of pleased that I went the refurbishment route, because you know, they're pretty hand built, these things, and I think the last one didn't last too well, and they're only as good as the person who built them. So this one has now got a nice new British made core in it, which has got or cores, because there's two rads joined together, and I've got a little bit more faith in it than the original. I presume it's Italian, but it may not have been. It could have come from anywhere. And being a bit handmade, I've got more faith in the guy that restored mine and soldered it all together and reassembled it and painted it very nicely. I've got more faith in him because I met him, and I think he's takes a bit of pride in his work. More faith in him than buying one for probably getting on for twice the money. Brand new, if you can get them. I mean, if it's 458 quid plus VAT, that's a pretty good price for a new one compared to what it costs to get these sorted out, because Eurospares told me that their refurbished ones, their restored ones, are about £1,200. So, that just goes to show, doesn't it? Anyway, the pipe that I bought that joins the two rads together is Samco. It's a 5mm wall thickness one, and I got this from Merlin Motorsport, and I think the inside diameter is 28mm. I can't be absolutely sure. I've got a receipt somewhere that tells me exactly what it is, because I can't remember. But if you need to know what this is, or if you want to buy this off me, because that was, I think it was about 28 quid I paid for 500mm of it. So it was a lot of money, but I wanted to get the best, and I wanted it to, I wanted to stay done. So hence my care, because if a radiator goes in one of these cars, and it's a fairly small radiator for an engine that does an awful lot and produces an awful lot of power, I want it to work well. Anyway, that's the radiator refurbishment. If you're going this route, then I suggest you do your own research, but bear in mind what I've said.